Yo, what's good everybody? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you one of the best meme coin trading strategies that I personally use that is super low risk and is very easy to do. So what is the strategy? The strategy is basically trading meme coin futures. So if you guys don't know what futures are, it's basically being able to make money on the way up as well as make money on the way down. So how are we going to be able to do this, right? So there's multiple different exchanges that I personally use and decentralized exchanges. So the main one is going to be Quanto, all right? I also use Mexi. I also use Aster. I'll get into Aster. I think this is going to be actually insane. I'll get to this in the end because like there's some actual sauce that I'm going to be giving you guys. So how are we making money on the way down? So what we're doing is we're trading a derivative of the asset basically, right? If you even want to call it asset, right? Basically, you know, when these tokens get listed, right? It's not going to be 90% of them are not going to get listed on Coinbase, right? Yes, you can trade perpetuals on Coinbase, but it's mainly like, you know, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, and you can make a lot of money doing this, but the very high success rate is with meme coins because most of them just go down into nothing, right? We have the main ones, which are like, you know, Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and maybe, you know, like a couple other ones like FWOG or whatever, but still, those ones are still down like 80% from all-time highs. Now, nobody ever talks about this strategy. And the reason why most people are broke and they don't make any money in this space is because they're all like trend hoppers, right? They all just watch like the YouTubers that are like, oh, just go buy new pairs like Cup C. And then everybody gets destroyed in this space, right? Yes, I tell you guys, I personally final stretch migrated. That's what currently is working, at least for me right now. You can totally make money on new pairs, but the skill gap is insane, right? You're versing Cupsy, you're versing like Orangey, you're versing all these people that have been doing this for months and months and months, right? Now with final stretch, you're at least trading with coins that have proved themselves a little bit that they're not absolute rugs, right? Because these can rug right off the bat, right? A dev can buy with 5 SOL, you can buy over him, and you're down 40%, right? So what I try to break down with trading final stretch or migrated, waiting for entries, making sure it's not an absolute rug coin, making sure it's something decent, and this strategy works. And what's another strategy that works? Well, it's trading coins, making money as they go down. Literally all of these go down. Like, name me one coin that's been going up forever, right? Yes, we have Bitcoin, you know, but most altcoins go down, you know, like name the altcoins from last cycle. The only ones that have sort of survived, right, is like Solana, you know, and maybe XRP or whatever. Ethereum, you know, has been all right this cycle. It hasn't done nothing too crazy just yet, right? Maybe it'll go parabolic. I'm sure it'll go parabolic very soon. But yeah, like basically everything else in this space, not trying to be rude or anything, is Ponzi schemes, right? Like most of it is all about hype, and this is an attention market, right? So for example, let's look at this coin Dej. I remember everybody, I'm sure you guys know about like this coin that I'm talking about. Let me go on the 1 hour chart, make it easier on the eyes. This coin was so free to short. Like this was like the most easiest money you guys could have made. Now why? Well, this was the most obvious bundled scam. Everyone, if you guys saw on Twitter, they're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be Trump's new coin. Oh, he's gonna call this coin out. And you could just tell, like maybe it still shows on bubble maps. Like, okay, it doesn't show as bad right now. Let's go. It's still bad. I mean, like, let me go, let's see, wait for it to load. Let's go on the nodes, yeah, so there's still connections, right? But before it was like 90% bundled, which is like horrendous, right? Like all the supply, all the tokens were owned by one group of people or one person. And guys, be for real. If you have like one brain cell, you knew this was not Trump's coin, and it was just like the biggest pyramid cabal scheme ever, right? Like I'm just being so for real. But yeah, then maybe you could have made money on the attention selling on like the TikTok normies, right? I know this is coming off as a little bit aggressive, but I just want to be as like truthful to you guys as possible, because the market does not care about how you guys feel. You have to be knowing what's going on in the markets. You have to be doing on-chain analysis. And if you don't know how to do on-chain analysis, then you're probably going to get wrecked, right? I do break down briefly, looking at bubble maps, looking at holders, all these different things. If you can start to understand this, you can start to understand that what are the scams, right? And if you can know what the scams are, then you're also going to know what the good coins are, right? So what is this strategy, right? I broke down what I said is it's trading futures, right? You're shorting it. You're making money as it goes down. Well, what's a big zone, right? There's big zones on coins where they're going to have a lot of sell pressure. Especially with like meme coins. One of them is going to be the 1 million mark. One of them is going to be the 5 million, the 10 million, the 50 million, and then the 100 million, right? These are kind of the major zones. So we could see this got close to 100 million and then it started dumping, right? So if you were to open this with a 1x leverage short, on Dej, your liquidation, where you would lose the money that you put in, would be at 200 mil. Look at that risk versus reward, right? When a token comes up with this much of a run, there is going to be a pullback, right? And you could see within each one of these candles is 1 hour of time. So let's say you would have put, just like realistically, let's just do a small amount, right? Because I know some people have smaller portfolios. Let's just say like $200, or yeah, $200. If you would have opened up a 1x leverage short at 84 in 1 hour, it would have been almost down 50%, right? Then it comes up a little bit, comes down. So within like 4 to 5 hours, you would have made 50% on your money, right? Now, yes, is this different than trading new pairs? You know, of course. It's not like it's degen, and it takes time. For example, like let's look at this coin. You know, like what everybody tells you to do. Oh, buy new pairs. Just, wait for a Twitter play. Like, yes, you can make money, but the thing is, bro, you guys are trading I feel like most people try to trade the hype train. I try to give you guys the facts of what actually works. Because the thing is, like, every single YouTuber is like, oh, like most of them don't even explain everything. They're like, oh, just use, sign up with Axiom and change, adjust your fees. Like, yeah, like maybe I'll even make a video like that and show you guys how to set up. But also, I want you guys to actually learn how to trade, actually learn how to make money, actually show you guys strategies. Because most people just show you like, oh, you go to Axiom and you choose what fees you want and you choose the slippage. like yes, like that's good for people to start learning. But what do they do after that, right? All they do is they tell them to do Twitter plays, and that's it, right? There's a high skill gap with this. With this strategy I'm showing you, anybody can do this. You don't have to ID, you don't have to KYC. It's stupid easy. It's so easy. Another tool that we can use is RSI, right? RSI is such an amazing tool. There's other tools that are free, right? Indicators that you can use, like, I guess like the 200-day moving average. There's a lot of different tools that people like to use. One of the ones I really like to use is RSI. You could see it gave you an oversold. So this actually would have been a good time to buy. And the thing is, I personally never bought this. I knew it was a rug, and it's whenever they choose to pull the plug. They pulled the plug here, and they pulled some of the plug here, and they just farmed it right here. This is the most unnatural looking chart. All right, so look, it gave us an overbought signal right here. So this is an extreme greed, and another extreme greed over here. Now it was listed around like 20 to 30 mil. So that's when it got listed on, it was Quanto, as well as I believe Mexi, L Bank. There's a bunch of different exchanges that you can use, and they're not KYC. I believe Mexi is KYC for some of them, so I'll show you the ones that are 0 KYC, so you guys don't have to worry about it. If you guys don't know what KYC is, it's basically like ID, kind of like Coinbase or whatever, right? So I'll show you guys so you don't have to go through all that. The best ones that are no KYC. So even if you shorted at like 50 mil, right, your liquidation would be all the way up at 100 mil. So you still wouldn't have gotten liquidated. You would have been down for a little bit, and then it would have eventually came down. So this is so easy if you know how to do it right. Now, yes, I still trade meme coins, of course. There's so much money to be made, even when the market is getting cooked, right? Like Solana's been getting cooked a little bit lately, so I'm so bullish on the market, and during October and November, we're there's like a 90% chance we get more rate cuts. So this is like a perfect dip to buy in my opinion. Obviously, nothing I say in this video is financial advice, but yeah, like, the people that fade when the market goes down, everybody that gets scared and so, yeah, maybe we go down a little bit more, whatever, right? I think this is such a, like, Q4 is like naturally one of the best one of the best times for crypto, right? Obviously September is a slow month, and yeah, usually September isn't really that good of a month for meme or for crypto in general. So everything that happens in crypto, right, like Bitcoin and Solana, it trickles down into meme coins. So if Solana's going down, the meme coin volume is typically a little bit slower. Everybody is going to be trying to catch the hype train, in November, in December, wherever, right? Maybe it's in January, but everybody's going to be trying to catch the hype train. And the best time to start is now. Yes, the market conditions are not the same as they were in November and December of last year, but if you're able to learn when it's a little bit more difficult now, you're gonna be able to make so much money. And you could you learn another skill like shorting. And it's really, honestly, it's not that hard, guys. Like, I'm gonna be so for real. Like, yes, you have to do a little bit of research. You have to know what you're what you're shorting. And if it's something that is trash, you have like, oh, well, look, like, for example, like, oh, they have only this many followers, or like, oh, most of their followers on Twitter are fake. You can go through these stuff. Oh, it's 90% bundled. Another coin that I remember I shorted was Moonpig. This one was very obvious. Let's see. I think it's just Moonpig ticker, right? This one went up to like, I believe it was like 120 mil. Let me find it. Yeah, 120 mil. Guys, like, do you start to see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to do all this, right? I'm just showing you all the charts. So this guy, you know, for example, what was his name? The guy that lost 100 mil. What is his name again? James Wynn. He lost 100 mil, like trading perpetuals, whatever. He was getting stop hunted, which I'm going to show you the best exchange. Like this thing, it has so much potential, but I'm going to talk about this. This was his coin, or the main coin he was promoting. Obviously, if he's down, he's going to be selling his bags. And yeah, like if you would have shorted around 100 mil, yeah, it was up a little bit, but there's so much sell pressure. There needs to be a pullback when you have a crazy move like this. And yes, it comes down. So the best thing is, like, this works so well. You don't have to sit at your computer, you know, trying to gamble on new pairs. Yes, if you build the skill, it'll eventually come and you can make a lot of money on new pairs. I have friends that make crazy money on new pairs. All right. And yeah, you could do both at the same time. This is something where you don't have to be at your computer 24/7. You open your trade, you know, low leverage, which is low risk, and you just let it cook. That's all you do. Now, always be buying on green candles. Don't be buying, trying to like, you know, like wait for it to go. If it goes all the way down, right, to where it's dead, there's more upside than the downside. Right here, it's so skewed. Look, oversold signal. When it goes, you see these three lines? When it goes over, that means overbought. And when it goes under, it means oversold. So it would have told you to bought right here. So yes, there's going to be times where these aren't always accurate, but this is a pretty good indicator, especially the bigger time frame you go into. So now that I've basically proved to you all the coins that go to zero, how to enter in, I'm going to show you exactly like what perps, you know, are. So you're trading a derivative of the asset, or of the coin. I'm not even going to say asset. I mean, we'll just say asset in this example, but these are like trash, right? Most of these coins are trash. So let's find even Troll, right? This was a big meme, you know, and it's still down pretty high from all the way from 0.23. So it's down like, you know, it technically went down like 60%, 70%. Now it came back up because of a Coinbase listing. I believe this was a Coinbase listing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it went up like crazy. So what are some things to note? So Quanto, it's super easy. I'm going to leave a link for all these in the description or in the Discord. And you don't have to KYC. It's all basically done within your wallet. With Quanto, it's the exchange wallet. So you just deposit like USDT or Solana or whatever. So to make this very simple, the order book is where the people put their trades. So if you're going to be doing a limit order, you put your order in here and you wait for someone to take your order. And so if you're gonna do a short, you're gonna wait, or let's say you're gonna sell your tokens, you're gonna wait for someone to buy. Now, if you do a market order, then you just basically get in the trade right away. Basically what you do on Axiom, right? You push buy and you get in the trade right away. This is it. And the fees are so low. I mean, like, there's a tiny fee difference between limit orders and market orders. I always do market order because I want to get it in right away. And yeah, see, this is where most people get wrecked, is the leverage. I always do 1 to 2x max. If you do 10x, right? Let's say you do a $100 position size, but the price goes up 10%. Well, you'll lose all your money. If you do a $100 position size, but 10x leverage, it makes your trade worth $1,000. So yes, if it goes down 50%, you'll make 500. But it's riskier, right? So if you're more experienced, then yes, you can do this. But most people want to get, you know, they fall for like, oh, the get rich quick scheme, or just all this nonsense basically, right? And this is why most people get wrecked, because you have to acquire the skill. You have to build the skill first. Everybody's like, oh, you know, you just trade on new pairs and you become a millionaire. Like yeah, you can become like Cupsy, but it's probably going to take 6 months straight, 12 hours a day at the computer. So this is strategy that anybody can do, right? And it's really not that difficult if you can, you know, kind of build up the skill. And amazing thing too is we put out these calls for free in the server. Yes, we have a VIP section, which we give out some insane calls. One of them being Aster. I literally got in this, I believe it's like 50 to 60 cents. And oh my days, like I'm so bullish on this. I'm gonna explain why I think it's so good. But yeah, and we literally had a kid that made turned $100 into 700. So yes, we do put out crazy calls in there as well, but the free calls are really, really good, right? If I have conviction in something, for example, like another play, which would have been like this Arena one, right? So you have to trade these without emotion, right? A lot of people did trade this token, you know, whether it was buying it, shorting it, selling it. This is something where it's all about, you know, it sounds a little bit messed up, but it's all about hype, right? Everything in crypto, don't trade with emotions, right? Don't be like, oh, is this good or is this bad? It's just about you have to remove your emotions from the market. It's all about attention. It's attention markets that we're trading. All right. So what is this going to go up forever? Well, I mean, think about it, right? Think about it for yourself. Is this going to be on the news, right? Is this going to be on your Twitter alert for like 10 years or 1 year? Typically no, right? This goes with anything, even like, you know, the Charlie Kirk coin, you know, which I don't think it was listed. So this one was listed on LBank, and I believe it was listed on Quanto as well. But some of these don't get listed. So that's why you want to turn on notifications on the Twitter accounts for, you know, Aster or for Quanto or whatever exchange that you're going to be using. So, you know, when these coins go live, so that you can execute them very quickly and try to get the tops, right? And yeah, with this one, it went all the way up to like 30 mil. And, you know, that short would have paid off fat, right? It's basically at zero. Now, you know, the thing is, if you're going to be shorting at the bottom, it's risky. Because what if something comes out, right? What if there's a big news tweet about this, you know, person again, right? Or let's say the guy is in trial, right? You know, or what, I don't even remember what the guy's name is, but let's say you know what I'm trying to say? Let's say something big happens. Well, it could be a big news candle and just go up and liquidate you. But if you're going in at these big high hyped levels, then, you know, then yeah, it's going to go down. Now, I know like this is like a random example. Like like a better example is probably a Visa final boss, right? Like this one is just a hype thing, but everything is about hype, right? It's not about feelings, right? Yeah, what happened? I don't know how to pronounce that name, Arena. Yeah, that's sad. That's very sad. I know it sounds messed up, but I think, yeah, like it sucks. But when we trade these tokens, I mean, bro, like a lot, like we got like I'm gonna just call people out. We got a Cooker, I think, that bought this 400k P&L, good trend. So West, so all these people traded this, right? It's not like a good or bad thing. It's just about attention, right? That's what we're trading. And if you go in with emotions, you're gonna get wrecked in the market, right? So you have to be like, oh well, is this on my timeline? Is this going to be in my timeline in a week from now? With the Visa final boss, probably not. Think about fidget spinners. Think about all these different things that have you know, been trends, right? Now I'm not going to say this is a trend, right? This was a sad event, but will this event be talked about in the future? Yes, possibly. But will the news shift into something else that happened, right? So after this happened, what happened with Charlie happened after. Right? So what do these people do? They all sold this token and they bought the Charlie token, right? So yeah, you can call that messed up, whatever. No, it's just trading. So it's just trading attention, right? You're trading where other people you think are going to buy, and you're going to be selling where other people are going to be selling. That's literally what trading is, right? Now I know this video is going to be a little bit longer, but I really want to do a good job of explaining how these markets work so that you guys don't get wrecked, and not just selling you like, you know, like the most basic package of trading. Download Axiom. Like, yeah, like you guys can, obviously, I think Axiom's like a really good trading platform. It's better than all the other ones like BullX, whatever, right? Those things are cooked, right? Or Photon. So yeah, if you want a link to Axiom, it's linked in the description. But a link to all these as well. Now, another DEX that's so good in my opinion. It's just very similar to Quanto, but this is brand new. It's called Aster. If you guys don't know what Aster is, I'm sure 90% of you guys have heard what Aster is. It's another DEX, decentralized exchange, right? So centralized exchange, CEX, that's like Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini. DEX is a decentralized exchange. So this is on the blockchain. You know, your withdrawals are not going to get frozen. And you know, there's a lot of liquidity, there's a lot of money in it, right? So you don't have to worry about bad spreads, fees, or whatever. Now, the reason why I've saved this for last, right? If you guys are still watching, this has so much potential in my opinion. Like I said, I have an entry around 60 cents, 50 cents, and I think that this is going to go to at least like $4, right? Now, maybe I'm wrong, whatever, but the reason I think this is so good is because this is like a perfect competitor towards Hyperliquid. And I'm not saying Hyperliquid is bad, but you guys know what Hyperliquid, it's very, let me see, is it still listed on here? I'm pretty sure they're going to list, oh, no, that's on spot. So on perpetuals, I believe Hyperliquid's listed. So the thing is that's bad with Hyperliquid is that they don't have dark orders or dark liquidity pools or whatever. So that's why people like James Wynn, you know, he did like $100 or $100 million position or whatever, right? And he got liquidated because big market makers manipulated the price to not go in his favor to liquidate him, you know, so he could basically lose his money and they make money because they're the ones that are pushing the price down. He gets liquidated, big candle. They start reversing the, you know, like big market, like there's big moves in the market, and I can even show you that with what happened to Sol. This literally happened in like 2 minutes. It went from 235 all the way down to 210, right? At 3 in the morning, I saw this on my phone at 3 in the morning. Now, yeah, technically that was an amazing buy. I wish I would have been able to, you know, scoop up that dip. Maybe it goes a tiny bit lower, but I think we're going to be going up. till, I mean, yeah, it might be a little choppy, but I think October, November, December, we're going to be at all-time highs, $300 to $400 Solana at minimum. That's just my idea. Now, with Aster, you could trade so many different tokens, right? And you could trade perpetuals, which is the same thing as, shorting meme coins. You could do, and you can even trade stocks on here, right? On the blockchain. So there's so much like really cool things. And why is this so good in my opinion? Well, there's dark orders or whatever they call them, like hidden orders or whatever. So basically it makes your orders hidden. Now, like, yeah, like if you have like $100 or $100,000, you're not gonna have to worry about this because I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the people that have big, but this is a big thing where big traders are gonna move into here. And, a lot of traders are gonna favor this over Coinbase or over other exchanges because, they want it to be decentralized. They don't want people having control over the money. This, you literally can withdraw instantly into your wallet, right? And the fees are really low. And yeah, I mean, I can just keep going on and on and on, but like, how can you make money with this? So the cool thing is they have a points thing, right? So which these points are going to be converted into an airdrop. So if you guys don't know what happened with the Hyperliquid airdrop, people made like minimum 5 figs, right? People were making 6 figs, people even like 7 figs, right? Without barely doing anything. It was like so easy. And yeah, it's because like Hyperliquid went absolutely crazy. They gave out a lot of tokens. What do you guys think? Like this token, everybody was like, oh, like this token's gonna go to zero, blah blah blah. What did someone say? Like knockoff. What's that website called again? It's like it's not Sheen, but you guys know what I'm talking. It's like Alibaba, like Alibaba Hyperliquid. Everybody was trying to FUD it when it hit $2, and I'm still holding. I'm bullish on this right now. Like, I'm not telling you guys to buy this. If I told everybody in my video to buy it, it wouldn't do anything to the price. This thing is at like $4 billion market cap. I'm not trying to shill this token or anything. I'm just breaking down my thesis on why I'm actually farming this airdrop and how you guys can make a ton of money with it, right? So how are you guys gonna be able to farm it? So we in the what's it called? In the referral program or like sign up program, I got like 9 friends on it so far. I don't care about like the referral money. I do not care about it. I care about the points because the points are going to be used towards an airdrop. So we can see if I go to reward points, right? So I think it takes like a data update. So we have like a team, right? So I have like my friend Sleep on here. We have like a bunch of other people, right? And yeah, so the bigger the team, right? I think we're ranked 34K and we just started trading on here, right? So instead of trading on like other exchanges, I'm going to be basically grinding out Aster for like 1 to 2 months until the airdrop comes out and hopefully reap the rewards. Maybe I'm wrong, whatever. But I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything. I just am like really bullish on it because if it even does half of what Hyperliquid does, bro, like you could just do like some small trading volume, just trade a little bit, and you're going to be getting like 5 figs minimum because you're going to get sent Aster tokens, right, in the airdrop for how many points you get. So the cool thing is you can have a team, right? So if you guys sign up with my link, you're going to be in my team. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me check how many. I think it's like 8 or 9 people, and I haven't even like really pushed this out yet. So yeah, it's like the stage 2 drop. I believe the stage 1 already happened. So yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Who cares? But I mean, like I still enjoy the platform. Other than the airdrop or whatever, I still enjoyed using this, and I think it's a very good. Like it's very similar to Quanto. It's like very similar, right? But this one, they're doing an airdrop, right? So it's in its early stages. They're trying to reward traders that use their platform. And yeah, bro, like we could look at the leaderboard. There is like some big traders on here. I think CZ. I don't know if maybe that is the real CZ. Who knows? But 121 mil in volume. So it says I have like 2.75K or something, and then we're ranked 34K. So if we're able to build up a crazy team, right? Like, we could maybe get up to top 10K, and then everybody in the team is going to be able to get like airdropped, right? So it's like a team-based thing. It's not like it's like, only me or only somebody. I believe the people that do have the highest volume, so the people that do trade the most, are going to get a higher percentage, but it's kind of like a team-based thing. So if your team ranks up higher, you're going to get a bigger allocation. So I know it's like a lot of yapping for this video, but there's so much that's been happening recently. And yeah, like there's some crazy, you can even trade 1,001x leverage, right? So that's a little bit degen, but yeah, Aster and Quanto are basically the best decentralized exchanges, in my opinion, that you can short and trade meme coins on. I showed you guys how to use RSI to get in. It's so simple to open up these positions and make money. And then as soon as you're done, you just withdraw, right? So you go to portfolio, and then I don't have anything in this account, but you'd go to withdraw, and you could withdraw, QTO, which is their native token, or USDT or Solana or whatever you use. Same goes with Aster, right? You could withdraw basically anything. You could withdraw USDT on ETH or USDT on Sol. And yeah, basically that is kind of the video on how to trade futures. If you guys stuck around, make sure you guys sign up with the link in the description for Aster. I'm so bullish on this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, seeing what it did in just a couple days of it being out. Think about how valuable this could be if this just does half of what Hyperliquid does, right? This could be at $10 to $20 per token. I'm not telling you to go top blast it right now, but I'm just saying if the whole market is taking a dump right now and this token is staying up, and that shows how much strength it is. When the market goes up, this thing's gonna fly. And why does that matter? Well, if you guys are trading on the platform, you're gonna get free tokens, right? Free points that are gonna later be sent to you, which when they're worth $4 a token, $5 a token in the future, if you have 100,000 tokens, just do the math. All right. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in and stay till the very end of the video. I wanted to save the good sauce to the very end. And if you guys would like more videos like this on perpetuals or different strategies of trading meme coins, except the basic same thing that you hear every single time, make sure you guys like that smash button, of course. Make sure you guys subscribe and leave a comment on what you'd like to see in the future. But yeah, thank you for watching.